What the hell was that noise? Am I live? Okay. Welcome to today's episode of Wrestling Weekly Throwback. I'm your host, DJ Delz. Alongside me, my guest co-host, we've got Say It With Your Kicks. Say what's up, man.
What's good, everybody? How's everybody doing?
And we also have the one and only Clint, a.k.a. Franchise Kicks. Talk to him.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Franchise Kicks here. Clint, we got some wrestling news to talk about. We got a really shitty pay-per-view to talk about.
Horrible.
And there's some AJ Styles news that just broke about 20 minutes ago that some people might want to know about.
So let's get into that first.
I just read on the Wrestle Talk News that supposedly the pay-per-view finish between Owens and Styles last Sunday was botched. AJ was supposed to win that match. That the ref screwed up. He did the 3 count, and he was not supposed to do that 3 count whenever the end of the match, whenever AJ did the whatever the hell it was, submission move. He was on his back. His right shoulder was completely off the mat, and the ref did that 3 count. And AJ and Kevin both had a look on their faces like, what the hell just happened? Ref screwed up. Was not supposed to be a 3 count. And I guess later that night on the pay-per-view, AJ Styles just went ballistic backstage. And
really?
That's why he got the belt back 2 days later, because he was supposed to retain on Sunday. And as right now, WWE hasn't talked about the situation, about the ref, about his screw-up, and what's going to go down because of that. So that explains why Kevin had the belt for only 2 days and dropped it back to AJ.
Yeah, they played hot potato with that belt.
Yeah. So that was some pretty juicy stuff that just broke.
Awesome. Well, perfect timing, right? Because we're here right now. If you're watching live, please hit the thumbs up button right now. Let's talk about the pay-per-view first. Anything you liked?
Horrible.
Horrible. Was there anything you guys liked about the pay-per-view? Starting with you, Dave.
I like the tag match, the Usos and the New Day. That match
fantastic match.
That match was insane.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, they gave us everything, you know. Great spots, great storytelling in the ring. What did you think of it, Clint?
Pay-per-view, I give it a hard C-, a light D+. It wasn't as bad as Payback when they had that pay-per-view back in whatever month. It was bad. I didn't watch the pre-show match between Aiden and, was it Dillinger? I didn't watch it.
It was actually a good match.
It was good. Surprisingly.
I swear it was a pretty decent match.
But the best match.
I mean, I can't believe I'm saying it. And Aiden English won.
I didn't even know that.
It shocked me that he won.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I called that he was going to win.
But the best match of the pay-per-view was the first match with the Usos.
Yeah, it was really
good. It was a good match. It was lots of very, very good spots. And I liked it that New Day took the belts back without Big E. They're pretty much their enforcer, their brute, their muscle. They did it without pretty much the best.
Yeah, they didn't do the Freebird rules this time around. And they had Xavier Woods. Was he the one actually pinned? He pinned one of the Usos, correct?
Yeah.
Xavier. And we're not used to that. Usually, I think that Xavier Woods is way over than he was like a year ago.
Oh yeah. Like, but that's mostly due to his
success too.
YouTube. Oh yeah. All because of the YouTube.
Yeah. So what do we want to talk about first as far as what was like just so horrible with the pay-per-view?
Dude, Punjabi prison match.
Yeah, let's just go right to the cherry on top.
Even though we're repping gender, that still was a god.
I'm repping in spirit. I can't find the shirt. But I think that people really were bored at the show because of the fact that it probably was pretty hard to visually see it if you were facing the wrong way. You know, like if they were at one side of like the secondary part of the cage and you have to go through vision, like your vision has to go through all them layers of cage, the bamboo cage, that's a lot of just impaired. Like your vision is completely impaired, basically. You know,
and it's weird that they didn't put it on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
like
they
just
did.
Had Battleground.
I'm sure they had a big screen for people to watch, but who wants to see that when you're live? You know. Instead, you're like trying to. It's like you go to the zoo and you're trying to like see that animal that you can't see, but you can kind of see the animal, like the lions. They're like you can see them like hiding behind bushes or by stones and stuff. Like you're trying to look. It was ridiculous, like the way it was. I thought that spot though that one of the Singh brothers took was pretty hard. I didn't think
the
that.
Table?
Yeah, at first I was like, "Are they really gonna do this?" I was like, "It looks like they're really gonna do this," and then I was like, "Wow, they really did!" And he hit that thing hard, man. And he don't look like he weighs a lot.
No,
he looks like he's like 140 pounds wet.
To me was, did you see the promo backstage where the Singh brothers were saying to Jinder that they couldn't be in his corner because they weren't allowed there, and then all of a sudden they just walked through the Punjabi prison? Like,
no, what they did was they snuck onto the ring and they stayed under the ring the whole time
for the whole pay-per-view.
Like,
yeah,
for 2 hours, need that damn ring.
Yeah, they do that a lot. If you look up on YouTube, you can search like hiding under the ring. You'll see like some funny videos of like Bray Wyatt hiding under the ring, like when he pops off and stuff. And he's literally like hiding under there for all the matches. It's pretty funny. And then during the breaks, you'll see him run real quick.
There was one time back in the late 1990s, there was a spot with the Undertaker underneath of the match for, I think it was Raw, and he fell asleep and missed his spot to come out. You know, this is probably like 18, 20 years ago, but I remember this because it was supposed to be a spot and it didn't happen, and so it came out that he fell asleep underneath the ring because he laid there for 2 hours.
Unbelievable.
That was a long time ago, though.
So, what do you see as far as the future with this? I guess we'll keep like dib-dabbing, going to the pay-per-view, and then going to like Raw and SmackDown, all that stuff. We seen John Cena came back and he went at what's his name? Yeah, Jinder Mahal. And he even called himself Super Cena, which a lot of huge fans, you know, we all call him Super Cena, and he actually ran with it.
Oh, I don't. Hell no.
How funny is that?
I can't stand him neither.
But do we actually want to see Jinder versus John at SummerSlam? Do you want to see John going for? I mean, because he'll win the damn belt. Because John is not going to get buried by Jinder. He's not going to. No. I don't want to see John.
I mean, what I think.
Go ahead, dude.
What I think will happen with that, I think, because it's him and Nakamura next week, right?
Yeah.
I think Nakamura will win, and then Corbin will cash in at SummerSlam, just to keep that feud between Nakamura and Corbin.
I don't know. I gotta disagree with you on that one because I just feel like Cena, when Cena comes back, I understand what you're saying with the whole Corbin and Nakamura angle.
Yeah,
I totally get your lane, but storytelling wise with John Cena, you know, when he comes back, he doesn't lay down for nothing, and especially
it's like to see him again as champion.
I understand that. For us, we're scratching our heads, like, you know, but this man brings in a lot of paper, you know.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it in a business angle, and it's pretty clear that John Cena is going to win it all. I would be absolutely shocked if he laid down for Jinder Mahal.
No, he's not laying for Jinder.
Really interesting. They have a big tour in India in September after this whole SummerSlam pay-per-view. So, of course, there's going to be something big that's going to go on with Jinder when they go out there.
He has to have the belt then at that point still. I mean, if they're going...
definitely.
I mean, he's got to have the belt.
Or he may not have the belt,
but he gets it there.
A rematch with Cena, and then he wins the belt in India, having the crowd behind him. Could be a major pop, you know? They're all about like trying to get India. They're like so focused on India. It's like the marketing department runs the show now. Right? The marketing department runs WWE. Oh, okay. We got a big tour in India. Slap the belt on Jinder.
Yep. Put him on.
We're going to Japan. Nakamura. You know, it's crazy, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes down. What else do we got to talk about? Oh, the women's match. We had Natalya win, which
I was shocked.
See that?
I was shocked that she won.
I was shocked, but I didn't mind it. I was pretty happy about it. Shout out to the Sneaker family. Shout out to the Godfather in the building. Shout out to Skate Grizzly, Olin only. Just wanted to shout out some of you guys. Can you guys
in the chat? So that's good.
Are you guys shocked that Natalya won and like we're not going to see Flair at this big event, or do you think they're going to swerve it?
I was shocked at how she won, because to me, I felt like Charlotte was supposed to kick out of that.
Yeah.
But then, like the way her neck hit the bottom turnbuckle, I was like at first I thought she was hurt, but then I was like, no, this is official. Like they're really making Natalya win, which was a surprise.
Well, rumor is Natalya's going to be retiring soon. She wants to have kids. So maybe they're going to give her the title real quick before she retires.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think she deserves to have the title. I hate that you deserve all that crap. But, I mean, she put in a lot of work, and it wouldn't bother me like her having the title. I actually would like that.
She earned the right to have it. I mean, not deserve it. She earned it. I mean, she's been a backbone of that division for years now, and never really gotten a push. So I would. At one point, I felt like
she may have been getting the title, but then she did it a couple of years ago. But I like the new look that she had. It's a little like she got that like badass kind of look when she switched it up. It just looked better, you know, her character. So we'll see. It's gonna be her versus who's she fighting? Naomi. Yeah. The glow.
The rear view finisher, the best finisher in the history of our sport.
Yeah, that booty bump, bang.
The butt is made of pure steel.
Anything else you want to speak about with the pay-per-views? What else went down during the pay-per-view? I'm trying to think.
Oh shit.
Nakamura Corbin. The way.
Yeah, I wasn't really that crazy about that.
That was a very good match.
That was horrible.
Oh, the flag match, which was way too long, way too boring, and way too predictable.
It was way too long.
It was horrible.
I didn't mind the very end, the way it ended. I didn't mind that. I
didn't mind that match.
Putting them through the table like that. But some of it it was just way too long. That's basically what it is. It could have been 5 to 10 minutes shorter. I felt like it was like a 20-minute match.
But it's John Cena, so you know that he wants he wants one of the longest matches of the night. Like if it's not for a title, then he wants to make some kind of a point on the pay-per-view. And he made a point. A boring ass point.
He sure did.
I knew he was going to win, though. After that promo that we were talking about last week, he was too into the promo. We mentioned the World Trade Center. You can't mention that and then lose. Like, you're going to look real whack, you know? So, and it's all predetermined. So,
I mean, it would have been dope if they would have do something different at us and had him lose.
Yeah, I mean, but he just came back. They can't make him come back and lose. Like,
so did Rusev, though.
Yeah, but Rusev ain't bringing in that bread like this man, John Cena, man. John Cena practically runs that company. If you really look at what it is, man.
Yeah,
he sells so much merchandise. I don't see too many Rusev Crush t-shirts.
What's everybody's views about Cena when he came off, I think on Twitter recently, and said that his days are numbered in the WWE that his career's coming to an end, and the reason why he's a free agent now is because he's not sure with his schedule, with his TV show and movies, if he can appear just on Raw or just on SmackDown. So now he's going to flip-flop between brands whenever he has a chance. And from what he said, that he's about done with wrestling.
I mean, he's been full-time for so long. I don't blame him.
40, 41 or something?
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time. A lot of dedication, and I wouldn't mind seeing him take a break and then maybe come back as a heel in a couple of years. You know,
never happened.
That would be dope.
It'll happen. If Hogan
it should have happened. It's too late now.
Nah, no way. That man is
too late.
You look at the shape that man is in. You trying to tell me in 5 years if he came back, he can come back in 10 years, he'll still be in great shape.
No. Come back as a heel is what I said no to. Yeah. That he's been a face for so long that there's no way that.
Look at Hogan though, man. Look at Hogan. Hogan is everything to people.
Well, but he changed brands and reinvented himself on a different platform. It was kind of like part 2, but Cena would still be on the same show, same platform, same guys. But Hogan went to inferior product and reinvented himself and blew it up, you know. I mean, that was different though.
I just feel him as a performer, as an actor, he's gotta want to become a heel eventually. It's gotta be a dream of his.
They definitely need to do that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And he'll be great too.
The whole crowd goes wild. And then
can you imagine him as a bad guy? Dude, if he was a bad guy, it would be so good.
That'd be awesome.
John Cena, the bad guy, you know, grab the kids' candy and throw the shit.
Yeah, right? Like,
ripping signs.
That would be fantastic.
I'll buy all the Cena merch if that happens.
Yeah. It'll be like when it was Hollywood Hogan. It would be that kind of impact. I remember watching, what was it, Bash at the Beach,
Bash at the Beach, 97.
And I was
96.
like, and I wasn't that, I was, you know, a teenager.
It was shocking.
I was shocked.
I almost cried.
I was loving every minute of it.
I was crying.
But I was loving every minute of it, but it felt so just disrespectful.
It literally took my heart and tore it out of my chest because I was a Hogan fan all through the 80s and through, like I loved Hogan. I mean, I was a kid, and then all of a sudden he turns heel, and oh god, like I literally had suicidal thoughts. I think at the beat, but then I came to appreciate what he was doing. His character, the development in WO just blew up. Where I became a fan of Hollywood. Then, where I was like, damn, he's doing the right thing. Like, stay a bad guy. This is awesome.
I know,
but
he got a great run. And
he was actually probably about 40 or 40s whenever he did the heel turn. So I guess Cena could do it since Hogan did it.
Cena is in way better shape than Hogan, probably.
Hogan's got 2 fake knees, fake
definitely.
back, fake butt, fake everything, I think.
Well, the problem with Hogan is his finishing move is really what killed him, because he had to take that ass like a bump. When he dropped the leg, he's landing on his fucking ass. And that shit hurts his spine. So that messed him all up from every time he dropped that leg, because that was his finisher.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do? First he kick you, right? Put the wall,
big boot, and then the leg drop.
And then the leg drop. And you know how many times he's jumping and landing on his ass?
Thousands of times. Then that's
thousands of times.
Compression. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that shit fucking killed his spine. He's got one of them stimulators in his back. I'm pretty sure it's like permanently in there and shit on his spine. So, you know, that's definitely what messed him up. Cena, his finisher is just the fireman's carry. He's gonna be fine, and he doesn't really do that many moves, John Cena. He only started doing extra moves when he started wrestling AJ Styles, because AJ kept shooting on him, telling him you got like 5 moves, you know. But his moves were still stupid. Like he tried doing that one move where, what did Cena do? He like would spring off of the ropes and then try to do almost like
with the stunner.
He would do almost like a
it was a stunner.
Yeah, it was a stunner, but he never was able to really land it correctly. Like it wasn't smooth. So, trying to think if there's anything else to talk about.
To get 205 on us.
We have anything that you guys could think of with the pay-per-view?
Mike Kanellis lost his first pay-per-view match to Sami Zayn, which I was kind of shocked about. I mean, that kind of killed the Kanellis push. But
yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah. But I'm happy for Sami Zayn, though, because I like the dude, and he's a full-time jobber, but yeah. Kanellis, though.
But I like the gimmick. I do like the gimmick, like, where, like, she's, like, throws him a kiss and after he's down and catches the kiss. And then you know, like, elbow after and all that. Like, I think it's fun, you know?
No.
I mean, it's
everything don't gotta be serious. I thought it was so hilarious too how they rolled into the ring and he had her face
on his jacket. Yeah, I saw. That was kind of funny.
That was funny. You can't deny that. That was funny. If they just got to run with that, like
when Mike smashed the vase over Sammy's head, and she that was brought to you by the power of love. I was crying. I was like, I can't believe that.
Yeah, if they run with the gimmick the right way, which I think they're doing, it's gonna be fun. They're playing with it. It's beginning to work. But it's so strange how they lost that match. But I mean, how many times is Sami Zayn gonna lay down and put people over? You know, it's like it seems like that's what he does nowadays.
Dolph 2.0.
Like when's it gonna be his time to get something? Like he's been doing that for a while now.
And speaking of Dolph, where the hell has he been? Right?
I have no idea.
No. When's the last Dolph sighting? Anybody remember? I can't remember.
I can't either.
Probably the last time he faced Nakamura.
Me neither.
Whenever that was.
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah.
I think it was the last time we saw him.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
Might have been before the last pay-per-view for SmackDown, whatever that pay-per-view was.
So, what do we want to talk about as far as with Raw?
Let's see what happened with Raw. Oh, they had that. What was it? Next week they got not next week for the SummerSlam. They've got Roman versus Braun versus Joe versus Brock, right? Like a 4-way.
Yeah.
Yep. Fatal 4-way.
Which I'm kind of confused about that.
I have a funny feeling that Brock is gonna lose the title at this match.
Oh yeah, he's gonna lose it.
Yeah, definitely.
Who do you think's gonna get it?
There's talks of him going back to the UFC.
Yeah, there's a lot of talks I've been hearing lately, but I feel like it's a lot of podcasts that are just talking about it, and not too many actual like legit reports. You know what I mean? Like a lot of websites and shit like that. But who do you think will take the title?
It's not time for Braun yet. It's not time for Braun's first reign. Roman.
No, I don't think so either.
No. I would like to see Joe take it. I would like to see Joe.
I really was rooting for Joe in that match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we were talking about that last week, you could tell it was really. We were reviewing the last pay-per-view last week, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, like I was really into that match. Like when Joe came in right away, slammed him outside on the table.
Yeah, Joe and match was fantastic.
It was great.
Like
it was great.
I wanted to see part 2 at SummerSlam, not a 4-way.
Yeah.
mean, as a fan, I would like to see Braun beat the hell out of Roman in a fire truck / top of the building match, and then Joe beat Brock. I mean, I'd rather see that. But since SummerSlam is a pay-per-view with Raw and SmackDown, they got to kind of cut down on matches a little bit. So that's probably why they just threw all 4 into one match to cut 2 matches into one match. Because Cena's got to get his spot still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this pay-per-view is shared with both. Yeah,
and I'm sure it's going to be probably like a 4-hour pay-per-view. How WrestleMania was like freaking like 5-6 hours. So I'm sure this will probably be at least 4. I bet, at least, plus the pre-show.
I think that that Roman Reigns may win it though.
Oh God,
I
no!
wouldn't be
Please,
shocked.
no.
I wouldn't be shocked.
You know, I mean, what are they doing with him lately? I don't know why they don't just make the Shield come back. That's what everyone wants. I know you're saying it's too early.
It's too early. It's not. It's not an organic chemistry. It's like a forced upon the fans, and like it just has to happen organically by circumstances, not just Rollins wants to team up with Dean to beat up the Miz. Like that's way too forced. And then with all the Seth trying to make amends with Dean and shake his hand and do the Shield fist bump, that's too damn forced. It's not an organic push that I want to see organically. I mean, I want to see the Balor Club before I see the Shield again. You know, the formation of the club, or Wyatt 2.0, Wyatt with Bo and even Axel or Curtis. Axel has a beard that's going on, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what did you guys think about the whole match on Monday Night Raw? They had the Revival versus the Club. That was a little weird, right? To see two heels going at it.
Yeah, to me, I was like, wait, what's going on here? Because
but they did it. I think the angle was that they wanted to have like a bunch of the Hardys' enemies all in the ring at once. You know what I mean? So when they came out, they had not only those guys, they also had the Revival too, you know? Because they all have beef with the Hardys. So maybe that was the whole ordeal. But I thought it was so strange. Like, it just threw me off, you know?
Let's see, but the main problem is there's 4 main tag teams on Raw, which is Hardys, Sheamus and Cesaro, Revival, and Gallows and Anderson, and 3 out of 4 of those are all heels. So it's very hard, you know, not to have heel versus heel match whenever there's more heels than there are faces.
Yeah, you are right.
Time, you know, like you've got to have you have to have a mixture 50-50, 60-40, but right now it's 75-25, so it just feels weird, you know.
What other tag match? That's all the tag teams, right?
Enzo and Cass are done.
But right now,
Enzo Cass is done.
Who else is there? Actually, Heath Slater and Rhino are still around, I think.
Yeah, but they're not really utilizing those guys.
They haven't been around for a while.
He's fought singles the past couple times.
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw.
But they are a face tag team, but obviously they have no push. I think that might be it. Like, what, 5 tag teams on Raw? Maybe? Not very many.
I mean,
Godfather in the chat saying the Hardys are getting old. So that's through a fair perspective, looking at the Hardys and them saying they look old. I think that they need to do the broken gimmick, because the broken gimmick is so entertaining. And unfortunately, I think TNA is just being assholes and not allowing them to use it, because they're
holding it hostage. They don't want.
Yeah, I think that, you know, the Hardy, the old school Hardy vibe is beginning to get a little old for some of the fans. That's not the first time I've heard that. I don't mind.
It's getting boring, kind of.
I personally love it, but there are people that are saying that the Hardys are getting boring. Kind of like how it was with the Dudleys when they came back. It was like really, really a lot of hype. But to me, the Hardys, the hype has lasted way longer than when the Dudleys came back. I don't mind where the Hardys are though, but I feel like they need to introduce this broken universe soon, or is they're just going to become jobbers.
But I think one reason why the Hardys are getting old to some and why the Dudleys got old quickly is because a lot of people who watch wrestling now didn't watch it 15, 20 years ago whenever the Dudleys were popping huge, you know, back when the Hardys were popping huge. So they only know the Dudleys from their TNA time, and they know the Hardys from the TNA time. So when it come back to WWE, people that watched them 20 years ago, 15 years ago, watched the Dudleys in ECW, like, we appreciated their return, and I freaking loved it. But I think a lot of the newer fans they don't connect with those guys because it was before their time, you know. I think that's kind of why it's getting old for some, maybe. maybe.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. I mean, but then again, there was like, for a little bit, I was like watching. Remember when the New Age Outlaws came back, and I was kind of like, it was awesome at first, but then it got a little old. But then I started liking them again. I think they started beefing with the New Day or something like that, and I started really getting into them again. And Billy Gunn's cut all of his hair so he didn't look so old, because that balding, once you can't grow over here, you gotta hang it up, man.
You gotta shave that shit off.
It's kind of like what the hell is his name?
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin, yeah.
Shave
that shit off, dude. You know, you want to have that rocker look. Plenty of rockers rocking the baldy. I mean, it's like enough is enough, you know. So who knows?
He just doesn't want to part ways yet.
Yeah, but when he cut his hair, it looked badass. And then they removed them, I think, because they had there was a lot of like backstage shit that was going on, but yeah, they were good for a little bit, but then I started feeling like they're like old, you know, they're getting a little old for me.
I still liked it.
No, I liked it. I liked it when they first came back. I was like, I popped. I was like, yo, this is crazy. You know, just like when the Dudleys came back, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is incredible.
That was awesome.
I was like, I have to see this live. I made sure to go see a WWE event to see that with the fireworks. Like, it was crazy. The pyro and everything was lit.
Dun, 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 dun. It's like, Dudley,
I never
fuck yeah.
That live. My family didn't take me to wrestling events when I was a kid. Like, so that's why I like going to them now, you know? And man, it was amazing. I would have liked to see the New Age Outlaws too. The Hardys, I've seen so many. I've seen the Hardys when they were doing the Broken gimmick, doing the indie circuit. So I don't need to see the Hardys. Yeah, man, I got crazy video with the Hardys doing the Broken gimmick. You gotta see that, man. Trying to think.
I've seen Billy Gunn live in the indies. It was dope.
Yeah, he does a lot of indie stuff. He seemed pretty cool from my understanding too.
I seen him and Al Snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
He left Impact to Al Snow, so you'll probably see him a lot now. But Impact doesn't. It's so weird. Impact lets their talent do matches, from my understanding. They just have to pay them a cut. I think they got to pay them like 10% or something. I heard.
Yeah. Ryback talked about it on a podcast a few weeks ago, how TNA works. Yeah, they got to give a cut. I'm not sure how much he said, but he talked, I think it was 2 weeks ago on his podcast. He talked about that, how ROH lets you wrestle, but outside of the U.S. only. Like, you can't wrestle for anybody else.
Yeah, that's why the Young Bucks aren't able to do independent shows, which is so stupid.
But TNA let you go anywhere. In WWE, it's pretty much you're locked down. You can't do shit.
Yeah, they don't want you to go anywhere. You're not going nowhere in WWE.
Yeah, because I always wanted to see like the Young Bucks, but they're not doing independent shows. The only time they do independent shows is overseas because they're under that contract. Just like what's the other guy? The cleaner. What the hell is his name? Fuck. The video game dude. What the hell is his name?
Kenny Omega?
Yeah, Kenny Omega.
The video game dude.
Yeah. He's not able to do. He doesn't do independent shows, you know. So I don't know what's going on with Adam Cole too. I heard that WWE was thinking about signing Adam Cole.
Heard about that too. There's a question in the chat from the Godfather.
Okay.
It says CM Punk coming back ? I've heard a lot about that for the past few weeks now.
Yeah, I've heard that for a few weeks now, and usually he shuts that down if it's not true. Like, he's quick to say that it'll be a cold day in hell when I come back. But I remember a long time ago, he said something like, if Samoa Joe goes to WWE, I'll go back to WWE. Because him and Samoa Joe are good friends, from my understanding. So maybe maybe he wants to work with Joe. You know, I'd like to see CM Punk come back. It's just what are they going to do with him? You know,
they would make him a jobber just to piss him off. I think
that would be best.
Vince would, I bet. Triple H probably would be more forgiving than what Vince would. I think.
Yeah, Triple H definitely would. Be way more understanding. Vince would probably be bitter and salty. You know, he's older and whatnot. So
Vince would probably give him some kind of like a gold dust kind of persona, make him act like he's half gay, and I mean, he'd probably just destroy CM Punk. CM Punk should go to TNA or ROH or to Lucha, you know, someplace else where he could do something else.
Well, they kept reaching out to him, Kenny Omega and them. I'm pretty sure they were reaching out to him, trying to get him to join the Bullet Club. I've seen something like that. Yeah. Seen something like that on social media.
They wanted to pay him like $1 million to attend some event.
Oh, yeah, no, it was.
Oh, I heard about that.
But it wasn't. It wasn't just one event. It was like a bracket competition where you'd have to do a whole shitload of shows.
It was a huge tournament with like 200 wrestlers or something.
Yeah,
like a huge tournament.
A lot of independent wrestlers too, with a name and some without, you know. But I mean, to do a whole bunch of matches for $1 million is way different than $1 million for one show. $1 million for one show, I'm sure CM Punk would be like, hey, why not? You know,
right? I would have been like, let's go right now.
But I don't think CM Punk is very materialistic. I mean, he may be, but from what I gather from him, he seems like he likes just simple shit, you know, comic books and.
Mm-hmm.
He's a straight edge, so he doesn't do drugs or drink.
He drinks Pepsi. It's on his arm.
So, you know, who the hell knows, man? What else we got to speak about, man? I know it was kind of a weak week. And shout out to Nate Serpent, by the way, couldn't make it today. He's going to get a bikini wax. He'll be back next week. You know, he's got some family stuff to do.
I'm looking at
positive family stuff, which is good.
So that's dope. It's always good when it's positive.
Yeah.
I was looking at the results and highlights from Raw, and I'll just name off a few real quick, see if anything like triggers you. Balor versus Samson, no DQ match went on. Enzo and Cass, part 47, beat down.
What happened with that again? Refresh me with the Enzo and Cass.
Part 47.
Elias won by Bray Wyatt interfering in the match.
Yeah.
To set up a SummerSlam between Balor and Wyatt.
Yeah.
And Wyatt.
More than likely.
I hope Bray wins.
Enzo and Cass was on Raw this week that passed?
That's how corny it was, because you don't even remember.
I don't even remember it. I may have taken a piss, even a piss break.
Yeah, of course, Big Show, I think he came out and walked around the ring a little bit.
Oh, my God.
It was just another squash.
WWE screwed that whole thing up, man.
It was booked terribly. I mean, because it makes Cass look like he doesn't look strong. Enzo looks weak as hell. Like, it's not. There's no payoff yet for either guy. There's no payoff. Working. No, it's horrible booking.
And they went too far with it, where they could just be buddies again. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
And as we were just saying, there's not even a lot of heel. There's not even a lot of faces right now.
They broke them all up.
It's all heels. They broke them all.
They just need to carry on to the next chapter with Cass, because this Enzo,
I just don't understand.
It's boring already.
Enzo needs to go on vacation right now, or just forget, or he just needs to wrestle as a singles dude, and keep him
waiting for the 205 live announcement.
Yeah, why not? Why doesn't he wrestle the 205 guys? He spice it up over there.
He's 208 though. I mean, the dude's a heavyweight. Dude's a heavyweight.
He's 208.
Speaking of 205 Live, I don't know if you guys seen TJ Perkins with my upcoming sneaker that's right there, that's releasing August 25th.
He had him on?
Perkins, he posted something on his Instagram saying that he loves the sneaker and he's gonna try to wrestle in them ASAP. Maybe at SummerSlam. Yeah, see the video, man. It's on his Twitter too. He put on a Twitter, and he's a cool dude, man. I've been in contact with him for so long since Impact, so we've been pretty cool for a good amount of time. So shout out to TJ Perkins for showing that love, especially I got this sneaker right here. It's really cool. It's cool to see that he really is serious. He's gonna try to wrestle in them if he has. Basically, if you could find the right outfit and whatever the schedule is, you know what I mean? So
that'd be dope for SummerSlam, though.
Yeah, because he got some new outfits that he's rocking. So, he's into all the clothes and all that shit. He's very fashionable. So
yeah, he's definitely about his sneakers. I follow him.
Yeah,
he's pulling out a lot of dope stuff over there.
Yeah, he loves kids. He's half Filipino like me, so us Filipinos love sneakers. It's like, fucking love that shit, man. So I don't think we have much more to talk about.
Because this week was doo-doo.
Yeah, it was really bland and boring,
Sunday through Tuesday was just bad.
Oh, let's talk about
we got to talk about that. Yesterday, SmackDown, the final match was awesome. The Jericho.
Yes, that was a good match.
Yeah, we have to at least talk about that. That was a fantastic match.
And we saw blood again, not much, but AJ had a little bit of blood underneath of his lip. So that's like 4 weeks. And
there was blood on the pay-per-view. There was some blood in the pay-per-view too. I forgot who was bleeding, but someone was bleeding at the pay-per-view. Yeah.
There's so much blood, it's awesome.
Yeah, there's been a lot of blood lately it's been over a month. There's been blood every week.
Every week. Somebody's bleeding.
Yes.
They just need to bring it back, because what's wrestling without blood? Like,
I mean it used to be crazy.
Back in the day. Need to bring back the Terry Funk style of wrestling. Let's see some blood with some Terry Funk.
I don't know why Impact Wrestling just doesn't do that. I don't know why they didn't do that. I was watching Impact Wrestling this week. They got a tag team, Veterans of War. Mm-hmm. You should check them out. They're pretty good, man.
Nah, Impact's last week episode was good. The matches was shockingly good.
I was watching little because I actually had nothing to do. So I was like, you know what? I have nothing to do right now.
Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. As soon as
and there was nothing on TV. So I'm like, I'm going to watch this Impact shit,
And it was good.
It was
my favorite was LAX Mafia.
Yeah, they had LAX, and they have these guys, Veterans of War, VOW. And they're two real veterans, and it's pretty good. They kick ass, man. They're pretty good, man. I was like, Clint would like this shit. They come in with the tags and all that, But to me, they don't come off corny. Like it's like like they come off.
Nah, it's
they come
off
realistic.
Official.
Yeah. It's got a realistic vibe to it. So. One of those guys is gonna be up here on the 30th around my way, so I may try to interview him. So we'll see.
All right, that's dope.
For this channel, the Delz show. So, but yeah, man, I was loving that Jericho came back. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, that was a huge pop whenever he came out. Damn, that was a pop.
Yeah.
I was like, thank God. I mean, come on. I miss Jericho.
Oh yeah.
Good.
He looked great, man, and it was a great match. They saved the show. The show was weak until that match, and I liked how it ended. It was kind of old school, We pushed them off and then pinned them.
Yeah, threw them out. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I didn't mind it, but I guess that connects to what you were saying in the beginning of this show, how he wasn't supposed to have the title removed in the first place.
Ref screwed up the whole match.
Let me ask you guys a question. Would you think at SummerSlam that they would even dare to put Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon?
That could be a decent match.
I mean, you can see it happening.
Yeah, you know what? I can see that happening because they have that going on in the back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's always like, "Oh, you're doing this, you're doing." You know what? Maybe they are setting that up because he was pissed at him for doing that, setting that matchup, that triple threat match. He was pissed.
Yep, he'll come out next week and blame Shane, and then boom, SummerSlam. I mean,
but
that's
SummerSlam is when is SummerSlam? August.
Or I mean, that's their next pay-per-view though. That's August 22nd.
We got like 3 weeks till then though, right? It's not like so it could happen.
Yeah.
I would like to see Shane Mack come back. Maybe he'll want to wrestle since he almost lost his damn life. Thank God he didn't.
That was crazy.
So he must have been. He may be like, man, I better go back in that ring. I don't know, how much time I have left. That's some scary stuff right there, man. Thank God he's okay. Thank God no one got hurt, not just him.
Yeah.
Funny, people only care about the celebrities. They're like, oh, fuck the guy who's flying the plane. Everyone's like, oh, Shane Mack is okay. Woo, thank God. Other people on the plane don't give a shit about it, Yeah, no one got hurt from my understanding, so that's good. That's a good thing, man.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I think that's all we got, man, right? I feel like I'm tapped out.
No, I'm looking at the results from SmackDown, and dude, like there's not much to talk about.
Yeah, because we can't force it if there's nothing to talk about.
There's not much there.
Have you guys picked up any sneakers lately?
Charlotte.
You guys pick up any new kicks lately?
I'm waiting for the Red 13s.
Red 13s, those are nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Clint?
But other than that, I haven't got anything.
Well, I just picked up the Taxi 12s for like the third time.
Those are great shoes.
What else? Oh, I just ordered from Shoe Palace last night. NMD R2, the white, like all white with the black bottoms for like 119 shipped.
Yeah, that sale was kick ass.
Yeah, and
that sale was dope.
There's really not much.
I just can't mess with NMDs.
There's just not much that's coming out in the next few months that I'm really too excited about, honestly.
Man, the sneaker game for the summer has been boring, kind of.
It's been weak.
Yeah.
Except for the zebras back in June. That was about it.
Zebras.
One shoe. One shoe.
Yeah, I still have no luck with that shit, man. I could have gotten them, man, but I was freaking on the damn road. Of course. I'm like, damn.
It's terrible when it comes to Yeezys. It's like, I feel like they do that on purpose. Like, yeah, it's in your cart, and then that's it. That's all you get.
I wanted those zebras, but I mean, I got 2 pairs of Yeezys already. One I still have dead stock. I've even wore it. The other one I beat to the ground, but I still wear them. I want to get rid of a lot of my sneakers. I got too many freaking shoes. I just want to keep like what's like special to me,
It's funny that you say that because that's what I'm doing now. Actually, just keeping the important ones, and everything else is on eBay.
You got some cool kicks though. I kind of wish that I got those LeBrons, the ones that you got that like celebrated that record he broke. What were those?
Oh, the 25Ks.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet.
Yeah, they're dope, but like when you wear them, oh my god.
What were those? LeBron 14s?
The 13s. They
13s,
feet, bro.
Yeah, 13s.
I can't with those things.
Those shoes are just like not meant to wear.
Yeah,
you
like
can't
that front piece. Oh my.
Have you ever tried those on, Clint? The LeBron 13?
Last LeBron I bought was the LeBron 11s. I bought like 3 or 4 pairs of those, and got 2 left.
Those are comfortable.
But the 12s, I had 1 pair worn once. Hell no. Took them back to Foot Locker. 13s passed, 14s passed. I'm waiting on them to retro the 7s.
The 14s are so comfortable though.
Yeah, 7s are gorgeous, man.
I'm waiting on the 7s.
I got a real nice pair of 7s right here.
Ooh.
These are fire.
That's beautiful.
Dang.
And the 7s are a beautiful shoe.
more than a game.
That little LeBron right there hanging out with his buddy.
Those are fire. Those are lit.
Yeah, these are sick.
I was looking at your older videos, Delz, when you was doing the fours. The
birthday ones?
Yeah, those are sick.
These are sweet too, these LeBrons. A Sprite?
Oh man.
Sprite sample? You got Sprite inside? Look.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Did that come with like a bottle of Sprite? If I remember right, or something like that, or there's now some kind of sample shoot a bunch of YouTubers a couple years ago that came with like a special Sprite packaging and like a 2-liter Sprite and stuff.
Oh, it was the 12s. It came with 3.
Oh yeah, LeBron's. What did he have? His own drink, the LeBron 7 or something like that. These are fire too. Christ the King.
Sevens are like just beautiful shoe that needs to come back out ASAP. Nike.
I wish I got those the red carpet 7s. I could have gotten those for not that much money, but I was just sleeping on those.
I'm actually watching a pair on eBay for like $375.
So I'm saying it's crazy the prices.
Yeah.
It's really, really out of control how much they want for them. Shit. Well, I guess that's it for today's show, right? We ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Wrestling's pretty weak. It's pretty weak. Lucha though tomorrow night might be good. It's tomorrow night.
WWE got to do better. Come on.
So say with your kicks. Tell them where they can reach you.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and on Snups and on YouTube at Say It With Your Kicks.
Spell it out for them.
SAYITWITYAKICKZ.
All right. And Clint, tell them.
You can find me at YouTube, youtube.com/franchise kicks, Twitter at franchise kicks, Instagram at franchise kicks. Upload YouTube about 4 times a week. I'll be putting up a video here in about an hour and 7 minutes. Check it out. Subscribe to my channels, my YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to the Delz Show that you're watching right now.
And come back next week, guys. We'll be back next week. Definitely. 100%, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Unless I die tonight, then maybe Clint will have a show on his channel in honor of me. He'll have a tribute show.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. And last but not least, subscribe here, the Delz Show. Of course, I have the Sneaker Addict channel on YouTube also. I have a sneaker that's coming out that's right over there. Saucony DJ Delz sneaker releasing on August 25th at Saucony.com. Buy it. Keep $120 in your pocket, actually $130. Don't buy any sneakers except mine this month. Buy that. Unless you got money, then bowl out till you fall out. But make sure you pick up one of these. I want these to sell out. So hopefully another brand, or maybe Saucony will let you have another deal. Also have the Sneaker Addict t-shirts, hitting you with that RVD right there. Make sure to Sneaker Addict t-shirt. That will be linked in the description box below. And with that said, much love. We out of here. Peace.